Strong, structured, chiseled jawline is a highly desired facial feature. A strong jawline is an aesthetic ideal associated with attractiveness for both men and women. Unfortunately, the majority of us were not born with movie star genetics or jawlines, but that doesn't mean that we can't fight Mother Nature, figuratively, of course. So today, I'm going to go over quite a few things that you can do in order to strengthen your jaw. Give your jaw a little bit more definition, because who couldn't use that? But first, I thought I'd actually tell you about another option, the most invasive of jaw strengthening options. The procedure is called a mentoplasty, aka jaw implant. If you've got a severely weak jaw, or you're just super self-conscious about it and don't want to mess with any of the other tips I talk about, and you want to do something about it, there are procedures, a mentoplasty, that you can do. All right, a plastic surgeon, you go in and see him, you say, "Yo, doc, I don't like my chin. I want a more structured jaw. What can I do?" He's going to be like, "Yo, mentoplasty." And while we're at it, we're going to do a little liposuction under here, because usually when you go in for a chin implant, they're going to lipo the neck fat as well. Another thing that they will do in some cases is actually tighten up the neck muscles. The way that they do that, it's almost like a corset. They go in and, like, I don't know what they use, but it's essentially like a corset, and they pull everything a little bit tighter. Does it hurt? Who knows? I can't imagine it's super comfortable, but a lot of people are doing it, and it's actually becoming a more common procedure. Is it something that you want to try? Who knows? If you don't want to mess around with any of these other ideas that I have, then it might be an option, and one that you may want to consider if you're self-conscious about your jaw. Alright, so that's the surgical option. It is the quickest as well, but these other options that we're going to talk about right now are all things that you can do that don't require you going under the knife. Jaw-defining tip number 1 is reduce your sodium intake. Alright, diets that are high in salt a lot of times cause you to retain extra fluid in the cells, alright? And in the face is one of those places that you definitely notice it. Have you ever gone out for Chinese food? Right? And you didn't say hold the MSG, you wake up the next morning and you actually look Asian? Yeah, that's because you're swollen. Your body is retaining fluid. If you reduce the amount of sodium in your diet, not to like an unhealthy 0 level, but just don't eat a diet that's high in like super salty stuff and processed this and that, all right, you're going to find that your face is actually going to slim out. One of the areas underneath your chin defining your jaw. Jaw strengthening tip number 2 goes hand in hand with number 1, and that is increase your water intake. All right, hydration. If you're hydrated, the less likely you are to actually retain fluids in water. So you drink water, you're hydrated, your face is going to slim out, defining your jaw. Tip number 3, chew gum. Not even kidding, right? You're like, chew gum? It can't be that simple. Well, they actually did a study. Sorry. They did a study, and basically they took people with weak or not the strongest of jaws, and they said, hey, start chewing gum for X period of time. I think it was like a year. After a year, they came back, they actually took side-by-side pictures, and the images showed a dramatic improvement. The only thing they changed was they started chewing gum. It's strengthening, it's exercising, you're help defining. It's like muscle building, kinda. So when you're not eating food, chew gum. Just make sure you do it like a gentleman. Tip number 4, you knew it was coming, weight loss. If you're worried about the strength of your chin, or maybe you've got a little bit of a double chin happening, well, weight loss is going to be the number 1 thing you can do to help define and give yourself a better, stronger jawline. All right, is it easy? No. Is it possible? Absolutely. When you start the weight loss process, you're going to notice you're losing weight everywhere, right? But in your face, a lot of times when you see somebody after a while and they started a diet and you're like, hey, you look amazing, you see it in their face, you see it in their jaw. Gentlemen, it's absolutely possible. If you're carrying a little extra weight there, start a workout program, maybe eat a little bit better, wouldn't hurt. And that's going to definitely help improve the strength and structure of that jaw. And jaw strengthening tip number 5 that we as men can use, women, unless you're Italian, you can't, and that is utilize facial hair. Facial hair is an amazing way to actually camouflage the fact that you may have a weaker jaw. Facial hair is an amazing way to add detail, interest, dimension, and fullness to the lower portion of your face. All right, so if you have a weak jaw or you're a little bit self-conscious about not having the strongest jawline, maybe some facial hair is something that you want to try. It's going to help just add a little bit of structure. But here's the deal, all right, right here, the whole neck beard thing I got going on, this isn't going to work. You need to define the boundaries. It's all about defining those boundaries. This is what's going to actually give you the illusion of having a stronger jaw. I did a beard grooming video showing you where that line needs to be, both if you have a strong jaw, but also if you have a weak jaw or a double chin. That video is listed and linked in the description. Down in the description, there's also a link to our boys over at Harrys.com, where you can actually pick up a Truman set for 15 bucks, which includes a handle, 3 blades, shave cream, and a blade protector. But hold on, because Harrys is an amazing sponsor of Alpha M, you get amazing deals because of this. And so if you enter the code Alpha M at checkout, you're gonna get $5 off, including free shipping. So 10 bucks for a sexy ass razor and some sweet ass blades, shaving cream, I covered all that. Gentlemen, a strong, structured jaw is something that is elusive for many of us. But now you know some tips, some tricks, some visual bearded smoke and mirrors to actually give yourself the illusion of having a stronger, more structured jaw. If it's something that affects you, affects your confidence, and you are super worried about it, there are options that do require a little bit of money and going under the knife. But if it's going to make you feel better, more confident, hey, I say, save up and go for it, because it's all about you feeling great about you. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.